hey guys, so you guys ready for a big rambly rant video, which isn't really going to be connected very well, and we're going to touch on a few different topics, and I don't know what's going to come out of this, but like, hey, what can we do? Also, we want to give an update. The deck of triggers, I've just threw it up on screen anyway. We got the box in. The box are good. You like it?
The box came in.
Yeah, do you not see it?
Oh, I gotta scroll to try and find it. Is
it
in the chat?
Yeah, it's in the chat, so it is. Yeah, the woman sent me it, so she did. We've got two different designs.
In China we have deadlines.
Yeah, well, you know what? They work quick. I'll give them that because I paid them on the Friday, and I said, because I'm pretty sure they don't work weekends, because she said something about her accountant on Monday, and they got it for me like early. Well, you know me, not really early, but their time, Monday. They give me that, and I was like, well, pretty sweet, nice, very cool.
The box is cool.
Yeah,
the cards are cool too. Nice.
Yeah, so like, you know, we'll just see how that turns out.
She's wearing a beanie.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? That's the back. That's also going to be the design on the back of the cards. So it is. Yeah, it's going to be gold.
Now y'all can ask foil. James here. I called him like mid dinner for this fucking dude fucking raving.
Yes. I don't want to get too much into it. So we've had a lot of issues with the OSR guys in the last week or so. So the first one was we did. So I've got a working relationship with the publisher, so I do, and I wouldn't have really done the video review if it wasn't for him asking, you know what I mean? Because the writer is just very controversial, and I just couldn't be arsed getting involved with any of that sort of stuff, mostly because I'm more friends with the people that he's gotten into massive arguments with, and I'm not going to explain what the arguments are or any of that sort of stuff, because again, I don't want to get, I just don't care. I don't care for Twitter. Man, I wish...
that you'll know I'll fucking combust on camera.
Man, I wish I spent more time arguing with people on Twitter in my life, you know what I mean? It's like one of those ones. So
Stairs and Garbro.
Yeah, Garbro, I don't know how you keep up with it. So anyway, yeah, so we recorded a review video. Overall, I think the book's worth checking out if you're interested in history and whatnot, but like, you know, we were definitely critical of it. Like, you know, there is issues in the book that we don't really like that much. There's more, I like the book more than Garbrew does, safe to say, but like, you know, I would still I would still say, honestly, if you fit X, Y, and Z criteria, which I put myself in as well, it's definitely worth checking out. But yeah, because we're only doing the review because we're meets with the publisher, where I meets with the publisher, at least. I sent it to him, and because he was like, look, mate, I'm okay with it. I think it's fine. I'm more than happy with that. And like, you know, critiques are always good. We want that sort of thing. But, you know, if you could just like, you know, push it back a couple of weeks for us, I'm like, yeah, sure, that's no issue. So that's why there was no video last week, because it took me just to edit the video because my software kept crashing, and look, disaster after disaster. But like, you know, you're going to get that video at the end of May, so it's not like you're never going to see it. But like, you know, look, you know, the worst thing is, your man, the book, has actually done a video complaining about all the people that have complained about it. But like, did you see that?
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
I watched it go, and you have no idea what I said about you, do you?
No,
you're gonna have to wait until.
Well, the thing is, like, you know, I sent the audio to the publisher, so I'm just going to assume he's probably sent to him. But I think we were very reasonable about it. Like, I don't think we're like, you know, we were like, see, whenever we get sent something, I don't really try and talk about the writer at all. I really want to focus on the product itself, because look, guys, I enjoy Morkborg, but the people behind Morkborg, they're kind of difficult, you know what I mean? So look, I try and look at it from that point of view. Does that make sense? Like, you know, you're not always going to agree with people, but if they're putting out good products and they're worth picking up, that's the
problem. It wasn't a good product.
Well, for me, I like I think the PDF is definitely worth buying. But look, enough of that. I don't want to talk about that. You guys are going to have to just wait till the end of the month, and then the video will be up. It's like 2.5 hours long at any rate. So first up I want to talk about is Arrowhead with Helldivers. Now, me and Garbo, you've actually been live streaming Helldivers quite a bit, haven't you?
I have been, yeah. I actually had to cancel a stream, and I was like, fuck, and the whole thing started. Like, no, I want to do a community live stream, and I literally log on like, motherfucker, like, what? Like, there's only 8,000 Helldivers on? That's fucking weird.
That's very strange. I know. Well, I only logged on to see if I had to actually connect my PSN account. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it actually asked for it. I was like, what the fuck?
Did it right enough? Right, so if you guys aren't aware, somehow, like, I have no idea if you're not aware. Now, I'm just going to...
Gamers rise up!
Well, honestly, gamers did rise up, and they did a banging job, and I'm more than happy, because I feel like I've got into this argument before a few times when I talk about video games, but I have pretty much lost all hope for modern video games for the most part. Like, I will never get hyped for them. I try to avoid, like, I honestly, that was the first time I bought, like, DLC for a video game in years. Like, honestly, easily 5+ years was from Helldivers, because honestly, I've been playing it that much, and I really enjoyed it. I was like, you know what? I've played it for, like, 80 hours. Definitely, I've got no issue. And you know what?
Like, really... I went back to try and play Starship Troopers. I was like, man, Helldivers did it so much better.
Yeah, they really have. And
better netcode, better lag, better systems. It's just better.
I would argue that Helldivers to me is easily my favorite game of the last 10 years.
For me, it's Helldivers and Manor Lord. That's my current top two.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid game, like, you know. But I haven't. Look, it's one of those ones. And again, I was so disappointed with the whole situation. But I will now. I'm going to go out here and go out on a limb. And I don't really think Arrowhead had much to do. Honestly, look, Sony's the overlords. You have to play by their rules. They say, like, we need a PSN account. They're like, oh, I don't know about that. And, you know, look, turned into a disaster, didn't it? And then also they had all them problems with and again, this is another thing. I think there's a bit of a... So say you want to have a big Discord, you want to have a community Discord like the Helldivers one. I'm going to go out on a limb here that they have to probably be vetted by Discord, and we all know what type of company Discord is. Yeah? I don't think we don't really need to talk about that too much, because I'm sure all you guys have met more than enough Johnnies in your day, you know? So I'm going to assume they probably have to have people like that, like, you know, they might not have a choice, I don't know. But that turned into a whole debacle as well. And honestly, all I can say is when it comes to Helldivers, I am happy that the gamers unironically rose up and bullied a corporation, because I am so, you know what, this is what I feel like, and this is where I feel like I've really abandoned video games for the most part. Like, I'll play, honestly, you know what game I've played the most over the last, like, year and a half? Command & Conquer General Zero Hour. Like, straight up, like, you know, it's
Joel, not this shit game.
It's a 20-year-old game, and that's where I'm at. I'm in that point in my life where I just play games, or, you know what,
games,
or I play Battle for Middle-earth 2. I quite enjoy that one still. That's a good one, though, isn't it?
That was a very odd game for the time.
It
did things that no other game did, but also lacked very key things other games had.
I don't know. It was a lot. I loved it. I still do. I would still play it, so I would from time to time. But, like, honestly, like, that's the point I'm in my life. I feel like video games as we know them now are just completely down the drain, and I completely had given up all hope on them. And even then, it took me a while, because I saw it, like, you were playing Helldivers, and I watched a lot of other people playing Helldivers, and I don't know. That looks fun. Yeah, that does. And I'm like, I don't know. No, because the problem is if I buy it, I have to buy 2 copies for me and Megan, and then it's like, and I don't want to buy, like, essentially a new game, and then, you know, I don't really want to, but I'm so happy with it. Honestly, it's exactly what I wanted from a multiplayer shooter game. It honestly got perfect.
It's funny because one of the fans bought me the game. I was like, oh, this is really good. And I bought four of my friends' copies. Like, you gotta play this game, dude. You know, like, honestly, like,
don't blame them.
It's like a crack. It's a fucking crack, bro. Just take one hit, all right? It's fun. Just take one hit of crack. Like, I can't stop now. I gotta keep doing crack. And the thing is, like, I love the fact that it's actually a living game. Like, the missions change, the planets change, the enemies change. It feels like a actual living front of combat.
It does. You know? It really does.
And you get upgrades. You get upgrades. Like, they added a new mech. They're going to add vehicles here soon. New enemies. You know, the giant. The first time I saw the big ass AT-AT walker, I was like, "Oh my fuck!" What is that?
I know. I think it's little, so it is. See the amount of stuff you have to throw at it. Although I haven't.
And I was like, "Okay, this is fine." It's shitting out behemoths, motherfucker.
I will admit, guys, I am one of the Shield and Quasar fags. I'm just going to put that out there.
Spear for life. That's all I'm saying.
Spear is really good, but the problem is I haven't had the chance to, like, properly experiment with it. You know what I mean?
The lock's kind of weird, but besides that, it's a very fun weapon.
I feel like I need time to learn more. You know what I mean?
I stand for spear.
Yeah, well, look, it's one of those ones. I feel like everyone either seems to hate the spear or love the spear.
I'm spear, yeah.
And I'm on the point where I just haven't decided because I haven't used it enough. You know what I mean?
Saying your Quasar can't cap a fucking turret from like half a map away from the front.
Well, Quasar, at the time you only needed like 2 hits on it. You know what I mean, to blow it up. But again, the unlimited ammo was just too good. You know what I mean? Like, let's be serious. Unlimited ammo was just peak. But no, look, back on point. Honestly, if you haven't played Helldivers, it's you know what? It's saddest. I was me and the Imperial Harold were playing Helldivers the other weekend.
Oh yeah.
And he was saying it's kind of sad when you think about it, because like Helldivers would have been the perfect 40k game. You know,
it would have. Yeah. So basically, I mean, you're more or less doing the what do they call the fucking Legion drop troopers like fucking feeling to it all.
Oh yeah.
Because you're dropping in, you get kind of both the drop pod aspect and also your fucking fodder.
Yeah,
going in.
Yeah, it's a weird mixture of it all. But like, honestly, like all I can say is I feel like more players need to bully corporations, because this is as we've seen. It worked. It worked. Oh, did you see the thingy that they put out? The new cape. Here, let me send you this. They made a cape.
Yeah, the new cape has little bars on it.
Yeah, from the reviews. Honestly, that's great. I love that. I hope that's real.
People are blaming Arrowhead. Like, hey, we didn't do this shit. Like they're like people like Arrowhead. How could no? Sony's doing it.
Yeah,
we made the game for Sony. People are like, wait, and like the attention, like the focus changed from Arrowhead to Sony, and it over a quarter. Like I think it was over either a quarter or 500,000 like negative reviews, and it like literally it made Sony blink. But oh shit!
But why would Arrowhead want to implement something like this? It's Sony that wants it. Sony owns the PSN accounts.
Well, the thing is, it was optional in the beginning. It was supposed to be an optional thing, and no one cared. Like, oh, it's optional because you guys posted screenshots where it says is optional. Like, oh, optional, no problem.
Did they not change it? I think they changed it.
Oh yeah. They got caught changing it.
Yeah, that didn't go down well. That just that turned into a disaster.
People were getting receipts, and they're like, no, you changed this. And they're like, no, you didn't? Screenshots. Oh, shit. Like, you can't... You're not gonna backdoor and bluff a fucking gamer. Give me a break. They always have receipts. They always have the fucking McDuckins going on.
And that's the thing that gets me again. Like, it feels like I've got to this point again. What I'm trying to mean is, when it comes to like video games and stuff, I feel defeated by them. I feel like
they don't bring joy.
Yeah, I feel like all they're designed to do is they're not designed to have fun anymore. It's designed just to try and
sell.
Yeah, and that's all it is. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind. Like, look, I played World of Warcraft for a long time. And
me too.
Let's be serious. That's a subscription game, long before the concept of subscription games was like a thing. And I loved World of Warcraft. You know what I mean? Like, I refused to play it because I knew if I start playing it, I'm going to get sucked in.
And to be fair, it was the GOAT. Like, it was the game you went and played. It was the best game out there. It was new, vibrant, living.
Yeah, living.
It was one of a kind. It really was. Like, it came out 0405, I think, and it was
04 came out.
One of a kind. I mean, there was other games, EverQuest, but this was
maybe it's
unique in itself.
I would have been 9 whenever the game came out, so like, I don't know. It's one of those ones like I would have been too young to play like EverQuest or like
little bitch baby.
Yeah, or what do you call it? Fantasy Star or Omega, is it? I can't remember. They're going to shout at me in the comment. The bimmers are going to shout at me. It's like they're still active, so they are. You know what I mean? Even today. But like, honestly, like I'm kind of dumb when it comes to MMOs. And what I loved about MMOs is how social it was. And Helldivers have got the exact same thing, because like
it's very social. Yeah,
and you have to be working together. Like, see groups that just don't work together, you're not going to make it free. Like, you're not going to be able to play hard mode.
Your drops run out pretty quick.
Yeah, like you're not going to be able to play hard mode or like anything. Honestly,
and if you remember, before I forget, if you remember, World of Warcraft died when they took out the social aspect. Because me, like back in the day, servers were 1-to-1. You had one server, no crossplay. So on your server, people knew your name and knew about you. I would get texts like, hey, I got your number from this guild. Can you please heal our raid? I wake up out of my bed. People go, well, if you're in a pinch, you hire Unihorn.
Yeah.
And that was fucking me. Like, I was a fucking Tauren Druid hybrid healer thing, and I would fucking just absolutely I would out heal fucking priests and shit. So,
yeah.
But it's one of those things where people knew you, and in this game, like, I recognize names. I mean, there may be 50,000 players at one time, but I know that piece of shit who won't fucking work with the party. I know you, motherfucker.
You know what? I felt really bad. I've only team killed once in Helldivers, and it was because the guy kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies. We were waiting on the extraction.
Notepad here. I actually keep tally marks of how many team kills I have. 1 second here.
Let's say go for
it. I have team killed 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28 times.
Why?
Because they're fucking assholes, that's why.
I've only happened to me once, and honestly, I felt really bad afterwards because, so we were waiting on Pelican 1.
I'm sorry, friend.
No, but the thing is, the guy came up and like started like melee attacking me, and I was like,
oh yeah. To be fair, that's a funny grief though. You melee attack, they fall over, motherfucker.
No, but it just kind of gave me like, I was like, wait, hold on, and I don't even plan for like a couple days at this point. I was like,
are you an asshole?
Yeah, and I like, it was one of those ones I was like, I'm not risking shit, you know what I mean? And I killed him, and then he's like, man, I'm like,
I have 4 rare samples. Don't fucking touch me.
Yeah, it was one of those ones. Like, I was like, oh god, no. But also, look, Helldivers, I think there might be more to come. We don't know. You never know with Sony. Let's be serious. They might have just given us a
reprieve.
Yeah. Yes, you know what I mean? So I would be still kind of worried, although it has proven that you can bully these people, like, you know, and it does work, and that's what I'm happy about. And also, you know what it is as well? I feel like they knew finally, because what is their new like war bond coming out soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
It should be coming out in the next couple of days.
See, the joke is you directly attack their wallet. It's an ancient strategy for combating certain directly attack their credit score.
Well, pity not enough people do it though. Let's be serious.
Yeah.
Like,
I think because people are like, well, you sign up for an Epic account. Yeah, but this is the final straw though. Like the rest of those, it was never optional. People knew going in they had to do it. Well, this was, oh yeah, by the way, we've changed our minds. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, no. Fuck you, good sir.
Look, let's just put it out here. PSN is, I know a lot of people, like, you know, look, I feel like sometimes, like, you know, look, you're not all that private online. Let's be serious. If you have any form of social media, if you write anything online, you know, look, I'm getting really, really big into Facebook ads, and see the amount of data about everyone on Earth is staggering. I know people are worried about data breaches and stuff, but I'm telling you, they already know everything about you. But it's a very valid concern, and, you know, I feel like you'd be mad not to bring that up, because again, PSN, how many times have they lost everyone's data? Like 4 times now. I
think 4 or 5 times,
which is kind of insane, you know.
It's a lot, yeah.
It's
a bit much.
Yeah, it's more like that.
We wouldn't do it again, though. Do it again. We wouldn't do it again. Does it again? Okay, look. Okay, so
and then
mistakes happen. I don't know why you're so angry at me.
Oh, it was just, I mean, such a disaster. Like, honestly,
sir, are you retarded?
But what I love about this the most as well, I just got to put it out, is definitely, it turned out it was PC players, PC Master Race, here to save the day again.
The Master Race rise above.
Because it looks like the filthy console peasants are all about, oh, well, let's just buy the other battle pass, let's buy the other season pass,
it only takes 60 seconds, and just do it, PC. This is why you guys go nowhere.
Yeah, this is why you guys are literally being treaded on. This is why George Orwell says,
this is why console players are subhumans.
This is why a boot stamping on a human face forever exists. Literally 1984.
Well, it was so crazy how the console gamers were like, bro, just do it. Why are you being this way? Just do it, bro. Like, no, fuck you.
No,
I don't want this shit.
I don't like, honestly, look, gamers are an oppressed minority, right? They have been oppressed for far too long, and I believe corporations should be bullied for their bad tactics. Why should anyone be putting up with this type of bullshit? No one should. Like, no one could, and especially you've already paid. Why?
And they'll just roll over and take it.
Yeah, they will.
Damn,
and the only reason why they're even doing it is so Sony can fucking boost their numbers on PSN. It's like, oh, we've got like so many active.
Oh, we got 50,000 more players. Take a look, hey, investors. Like, you guys are basically trying to game the system. So
that's all it is. Because like they know finally no one's gonna continue using like the Steam account or the PSN account means nothing. You know, it just means nothing. And then of course, like, what was the whole deal with a lot of companies not being able to use PSN because PSN doesn't exist in the country? Like,
well, no, they're not that they don't exist. They're banned from owning an account. Like, it's not that they don't exist. They are not allowed. They will be banned if they make an account. So
if you live in that country and you own Helldivers, if it was to continue, you pretty much be
you would not be able to play your game. Yeah.
Away the fuck, mate. You know what I mean? Like, wise up. You know,
it's kind of. I mean, it really is kind of shitty, though. It really is. Like, why are you? I mean, that in the very beginning, because I've seen the screenshots, it says optional. It always says optional, and I do not understand why they said, "Hey, thanks for your money, your money, cuck." Now, can't play the game. Fuck you. Like, but I pay for this. Well, you can't use it now. I pay for game. Play game for over 80 hours. And the casual players play 80 hours. The hard time boys have over 1,000 hours in already.
Oh, easily.
And it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you can't play anymore unless you sign up for this fucking account. Like, you say I had to.
What's my playtime on Helldivers? Let me just see here, because I'm level like 30 something.
You can check, can't you?
Yeah. Hold on, Helldivers. I am on 76 hours. So
48 hours myself.
Yeah,
48 hours.
I'm on level 30 something. So I am. Although
hold on, the top guides are how to vote with your wallet, how to remove Sony games from store, how to open and use drop.
Good. I love it. You know, I went on. I was looking, and a ton of my friends actually had left bad reviews. Oh wait, no, they've got tractors. They have. Oh, well, no. That's good.
No other game in history has gone from positive to negative to positive as quickly as Helldivers. They went from like overwhelmingly positive game of the year to absolute scum of the earth to back to being game of the year in 48 hours, dude.
You know what? I hope they do win game of the year, though, because if they do fully go back on this and there's no hidden traps or anything about it, I only wish them well. You know what I mean? That's the only way I would put it, because it's genuinely a really fun game. It's the best example of a living, what do you call it, a live service game ever.
Live service game. Perfect. That is a exact buzzword, a live service game. I've played lots of live service games, and they all sucked the fattest cock the entire time.
There was no point in this.
This is the only game where live service makes sense, because you get new missions, new enemies, new major orders, new minor orders, and I get the fact they're pumping numbers with these what do they call them? Hold on. I'm actually in the game right now, fucking checking shit. So the war bonds. I know they're getting more money via war bonds. And it's kind of sort of play to win, but not, because your first
you do get
war bond.
You do get honestly, the amount of super credits that you get in game from actually just playing the game, you don't have to spend money. Like, honestly, if you just save them up, you will be just fine.
And that's a thing. There is a way to simply save up your war bonds, because you can find super credits while playing on the map. You find those little bunkers, little hideouts, and you can actually save up and buy the war bonds you want. It is an option.
Yeah.
If you're a pay to win fag like me, you can just go pay money. Get your war bond.
You know what? I bought it and I didn't feel bad at all. I did not feel bad at all, because
that's a thing. I didn't feel like playing War Thunder. I feel disgusting every time I fucking buy Golden Eagles.
Like
I was like, you know what? This is fine, because it didn't feel as grody. You know what I mean?
Like, the last time I remember paying for anything was me and Megan. You guys are going to shout at me.
I can't believe James and Garbro buy stuff in games. Cringe, not based.
Not often, though. Not often. Like, I'm all saying is that was the first time I've done it in a very long time, because I feel like it was done well. It was done well. You know what I mean?
Well, you felt good about it. Like, all right, because basically it is a battle pass in a way, but they tend to stick around, don't they?
Yeah. No, I will say that last time,
I don't believe they're timed. I don't believe they're timed.
I don't believe so. Well, they cycle through the armor, so they do, on the superstore or whatever you call it, like every couple of days.
Also, yeah, that too. There is a way to also the war bonds in the superstore. They all take super credits, yes, but sometimes if you save up and wait, you'll find that the helmet you'll want. Like me and James had the fucking Scout Trooper helmet.
Yeah.
We're like, oh fuck yes, he didn't immediately bought it.
Tell me that doesn't look a kill though. I show up on it's like I haven't played with Garber in about a week.
We're
show
fucking
up,
identical.
the same outfit. I'm like, Garber, what the fuck's this about? Tell me it's not a
Hey,
good
you're wearing
outfit.
my helmet. Like literally, I went, oh shit! I literally scrambled to buy Supercraft so I can buy the helmet. Like,
Yeah.
And thing is, some of the cosmetics are just like helmets are just cosmetics. Some of the,
Yeah,
and the
capes
armors
are-
are they at least do things differently. There's like the drone armor, the grenadier armor, the fucking heavy armor. Like the armors at least do other things. Now some armors are just the same thing with the reskin.
Yeah.
But like you can kind of play like dress up the Helldiver in this fucking game.
Honestly,
And, I mean,
honestly, I cannot explain to you how much fun that I've had playing Helldivers, and I've never seen a company shit the bed so badly. Like, people that were playing Helldivers had so much, like, Arrowhead had so much good faith, unreal. You know what I mean? I've never seen so many people.
Their Discord's kind of cringe, to be honest.
Yeah,
like, I've seen the Discord. That's just kind of fucking cringe once in a while.
I haven't been on it. I thought they were using like the whole lady men flags as like a meme, so they were. I don't know. I've never like I'm only in that server just to get like the news updates. You know what I mean, for the patches.
I spy personally. I'm like, what you guys doing in here?
Yeah, I haven't really like done much else.
What you doing?
Because I know what was the whole deal with like their main moderator, Baskin or whatever you call them.
Oh yeah, that they are kind of a fucking retard in my opinion.
Yeah, they started like banning people and fucking.
But see, but the thing is, back to the game itself. A few things about the game is that it's very tongue in cheek. And if you know guns, sorry, Europors, there's a lot of like funny name, like basically there's a revolver called the Judge, which basically it's a shotgun revolver. In the game, there's a thing called the Senator, which is a revolver. and then like if you go to the big weapons, you know, like the spear is just the javelin, but instead of calling it the javelin, they called it another long pole arm you can throw. They call it the spear. You know, the Recoilless rifle is just literally a Carl Gustav. They just called it the Recoilless rifle because it's what a Gustav is, you know. And the autocannon is kind of a giant Luger in a way, which some of the names are kind of like meh. But like the spear was funny to me. What was this? The stalwart's funny to me because it's basically a saw. But also they added the RPG now, so that can be a space jihadi and fucking destroy tanks.
So where do you think Helldivers is going at this moment in time? I don't. If there's no hidden tricks, because you know what Sony's like. I feel like they may have tricked us. I can't help but shake that feeling.
If they were smart, they would have learned their fucking lesson. I think they went, oh shit, because basically they saw, if you count the numbers, the alleged numbers, that they were going to lose roughly 35 million in refunds in one day. And they went, oh fuck. And it was why in 48 hours I went, you know what? Never mind. We're good. We're all friends here, right? we may have jumped a gun a little bit, all right, but we're all, you know, that kind of thing. So, but thing is, it's funny watching consumers realize, wait, I have all the fucking power because I have the money.
I know.
And it's a weird dynamic that's been slept on for 3 decades. Like people are like,
I guess I'll just, buy product and get excited for more product and enjoy the message.
I feel like we are definitely at a point where we need another Atari Clash. Like, the gaming industry is just in such a lot the same way. Like, with the Atari Clash, they were just pumping out shit game after shit game, just trying to chase the money too heavily. We need
padding, yes.
Yeah, like we need. I feel very much we are at that point where, but I feel like video games are just too big at this point where it would be very, very hard to have an Atari Clash. It'd be very difficult because again, Atari Clash I believe only really happened because the core market were kids at the time. So again, parents could very easily turn around and be like, no, I'm not paying for this. You know what I mean? This is ridiculous. I'm not paying for this. Whereas nowadays,
yeah, okay. So I got through it. So last night, before they announced that there were over 8,000 Helldivers online. Now there's 164,000 Helldivers online.
That's good. That's
good. Like that's a huge fucking number. Like, they were going to lose 80% of their fucking player base.
Yeah.
Like just using these two numbers, which is it's not. Let's use some guy like this. Not how that works, but it's using these two numbers, So there are 8,000 online last night, and there's 164,000 on right now.
and also you need to factor in that was a Sunday night as well, and there's bound to be a lot more
Sunday
people.
Night.
Whereas today we're recording on the Monday, so therefore,
Monday.
Generally speaking, there's not going to be as many people.
That's the thing. There are over 164,000 players on at 3 o'clock on a Monday. That is numbers that Blizzard would fucking suck bucket dicks for.
Yeah, they would these days. I can tell you that much. But yeah, is there anywhere else we want to go with this, or do you want to move on to the next topic?
They would have lost 80% of their players over this little, like, just make the account bigot. No, fuck you. Change the rules. And the thing is, people forget just how important it is to stand your fucking ground. Like, no. I will quit your game and get a refund if you don't do what I say. And more people have to realize that, like me, I know that my fans have all the fucking power because they more or less fuel the engine. If I have no fans or no readers, I'm just a dude fucking putting words on pages.
Yeah.
Fans and players and enjoyers and consumers, whatever you want to call them, hold every inch of power in anything, whether it's from Citadel paints to dice packs to ammunition to guns to video games to cars. If you say, fuck you, we're not buying your shit, companies will, like, there's an old adage, you are one bad day or one bad paycheck for being homeless.
Yeah.
Companies are 48 hours from going under.
Well, unless you're like an energy company, like, you know, there's a famous guy, I can't remember who it is, but
Enron can't fail.
Yeah, well, I can't remember. He was a famous comedian, and he used to work for like GM or what do you call it, like Shell, and he did marketing. It's like, what do you mean you did marketing for Shell? Does Shell even need marketing? Like, why do you have a marketing team at Shell? Like, you know what I mean? Are you sure that even exists? It's like, what are you gonna do when your car runs out of fuel? Oh. You put more
push that bitch.
Yeah, there you go. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, definitely. Like, you know, there's a lot of stuff that people just don't have to buy, and that's why marketing exists for such products. You know,
saying you don't need. You need fuel. You need food. You need shelter. You don't need video games.
Well, food, you can argue that, like, you know, there's a lot of choice. So like restaurants, you could definitely put into that category, or like, you know.
Well, no, I'm saying this in general. Like things you need. You need food, shelter, water.
Yeah.
That's really all you need. You actually don't need the shower. You smell better when you shower. But like video games, video games are a luxury. RPG games are a luxury. War games are a luxury. You don't need those fucking things, but goddamn, they make you happy now, don't they?
Yeah. And again, that's kind of part of it where I feel like they're able to like charge a premium because, like, you know, I always like to think about like golf, for instance. Like, you know, see, like boomers that are really into golf. I know, but boomers that are really into golf will never tell you.
I love playing whack fuck.
I know, but they will never tell you how much money they actually spend on golf. You know what I mean? Like, they are going to sink serious money into it. But like, again, that's just entertainment. You know, people will spend good money for high quality entertainment that they actually enjoy. You know, so. Always a thing. But look, on to that. I'm really happy with what's happened with Helldivers. I hope to God that Sony hasn't pulled a fast one. I really hope so, because I want Helldivers to do well, because I think it's just a great example of how to do things right. You know,
democracy coming together.
Yeah, exactly. But unironically, yeah, you know what I mean. Like, I don't know anyone that's played it and was like, nah, it's not really for me. You know what I mean?
Well, because if people love something, they will fight tooth and nail to keep that thing. And people loved Helldivers too. Like, no one goes, oh man, I love Battlefront 2, or no one goes, man, I sure do love Rainbow Six Siege. People loved Helldivers 2. There's a lot of weird waifu art in Helldivers 2 too, which kind of caught me off guard.
Yes,
a lot of Terminated.
Is there Tarmel sent me fucking Helldivers feed on my birthday, so he did. Let me get it up here. He said,
I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah, no, well, it's still a concept. Hold up. Let me get it here for you.
It's still in concept. That doesn't make it any better.
Well, hold up. Let me see. Where is it? Oh, he must have sent me on Twitter, did he? Hold on. Give me 1 minute, and I'll see if I can get it.
No, we're fine. We can just move right along.
No
need to show me any feed art.
But yeah, you don't want to see. Do you want to see E-Girl 1 or whatever they call it?
I'm good. I'm gonna politely pass on that one.
Yeah,
but anyway. There's a lot of like weird like Helldiver art and like Terminated art and even like Cybertron art. Like, this is
why?
Weird. Like,
why? Well, you know what? It's where the money's at. Let's be serious, you know. And they're gonna follow.
I know that. Yes, but
they're gonna just follow that. But look. You know what? I'm gonna go for a fag here. Overall, Helldivers, very happy with the outcome, and I hope that more companies follow suit, or more gamers decide to unironically gamers guys up moments.
Like, wait a minute,
wait a minute, we can just tell them we don't want this and just stop playing the game for a couple of days, and there you go. You know what I mean? Job done. Sweet. You know, sweet. And you know what? Perfect. Couldn't ask for more. I'm gonna go on for a fag here, and then we'll jump into, because again, another bit of pleasantly surprising news. Because again, whenever I first heard the Garb about doing this, I was like, well, do you want to start off? We'll talk about Helldivers, about how much of a shit show it's been, and then it seems to have fixed itself by the time we actually start to record.
I know, right? Like, huh? That's nice.
And yeah, exactly. So it's actually, it feels like we're doing like a positive video for once. And okay, if you haven't watched the Folly TV show, just you're gonna have to click off this video, because all I can say is
we will spoiler you.
Yeah, it's gonna be full of spoilers, and honestly, very pleasantly surprised with Fallout. I went into it expecting nothing at all, but so many people kept telling me, it's like, no, James, it's actually pretty good. You should give it a go. I'm like, I don't know. But Megan decided, she was like, no, come on, we'll just throw it on. She's never played any of the Fallout games, and she's actually started playing Fallout 3, by the way, because of it. The only problem is,
really?
Yeah, the game keeps fucking crashing on her. That's
another live service game.
No, it's just Fallout 3 being absolutely useless. You know what I mean? But here, look, I'm gonna go for a fag. I'll be back in a wee minute. All right.
Do you guys like tabletop RPGs? Do you like waifus and husband-fus in a colorful fantasy world? Do you fucking hate the ATF? Well, partner, do I have a tabletop RPG for you? Based off of a book series that holds back zero punches, the Veil Rider TTRPG is a game system based around the use of both blood magic, spells, swords and spears, as well as a healthy dose of machine gun fire and grenades. All activities in the game are based around an action point system, a set of points that you will use and spend and regain to do things in the world, allowing you a huge breadth of actions both in and out of combat. The basic field manual boasts 17 playable races, both foreign and familiar, including gnolls, elves, harpies, and spiderfolk. There are additionally 19 jobs with unlockable skill trees, ranging from a newly turned local man-at-arms to gunslingers who have luck on their side and might just be your huckleberry. Did we mention the war crimes? There are war crimes. There's a war crime chart. There's a war crime score. Yeah. Don't overuse the gas weapons and human shields, or else local law may be a bit pissed. While the basic player manual or field manual is enough to play a game, there is also the combat controller manual that expands on nearly everything in the field manual, including nearly 100 new spells and potions, weapons, beckoners, drugs, and all manner of tools to use in the creation of the game. I also paid extra for hand-drawn art, so yeah, there's that too. If you want to be a dwarven machine gunner mowing down southern elves while blasting pumped-up kicks in your ears via cassette player, then the Veil Rider TTRPG is the game you have been waiting for. Ah, shit, the Amatu found the Willy Pete grenades. Hey! Put that down!
So where do you want to start with all this? I feel like we kind of have to start with, like, the changing of canon.
Yeah, well, the thing is, there's so many endings to the canon that they had room to play around.
I feel that as well. That's kind of one of the big ones that I was thinking about was, you know, all the Fallout games have different endings, so having like fix kind of difficult for a franchise like that. The only thing that I kind of thought was really strange, which Megan was asking me about actually, because she's never really played them. I really tried to just shut up and just watch the show instead of explaining it all. It's like, no, I'm not. Only unless she asked, like, what was going on.
Who the fuck's the Brotherhood? Well, they're like toasters.
Yeah, it's like, well, they're kind of like the remains of like the US Army essentially. No, here, one thing I want to say about actually that I thought, now this is actually a spoiler for the very end. I thought I had cracked something, and I really thought I was onto something, and then we rewatched the end and I was like, oh, never mind. I thought that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay, so the girl's daughter, your wee girl, I was thinking that she was the overseer.
Oh, no. Oh, Betty.
Yeah, I was thinking, but then I realized, no, Betty was the one showing your man about, you know what I mean, before.
It was pretty twisty in a fun way. Like, no, it's actually this. Like, oh, like, it wasn't just like, yep, that's her. Like, it's like, you think, oh, okay, she's a black girl. It's clearly his daughter. Like, oh, no, it's just Betty. Oh, shit.
I thought I was on something, so I did.
Like, they did a very good job of not making things too easy to figure out. I will say that much.
There was enough twists in it, and I feel like, look, the ending, you could see that coming. Now, one thing actually I do want to bring up, because Megan asked me, is the Brotherhood men only? And I was like, no, there's definitely
So it's like in the game there were I listened to New Vegas. I know there was like female paladins and such, or whatever they called them.
Yeah, I thought, and they changed that as well. So they did, because I remember them being called paladins, not knights.
Okay, so it's not just me then. I was like, first one they're called paladins. They had like a weird, like, I mean, they were very very Arturian, sure, but they weren't like.
And they changed how. Well, they added in clerics as well. Clerics was a new one, and I don't think squires work really the same way as what they did in the show. You know what I mean?
It's weird how they're like, hey, ew, they're Catholic, but they're not Catholic. They're just like religious.
Yeah, and also I feel like they kind of wanted to make the Brotherhood more like the big bads, I feel like, for the TV show, whereas in the games they are kind of. I mean, like, there's a faction in the game.
Yeah, not like big super.
They're not
like
the Enclave
or some shit.
They're not the Enclave. You know what I mean? Also,
the Enclave.
Yeah. And what do you think? Actually, now this is another thing I was thinking about. I don't believe your man was Enclave, the scientist fella. Now, hear me out.
I could have sworn he was Enclave, though.
Well, they said he's Enclave in the show, but think about it, right? So, the Enclave, as far as we're aware, were wiped out in that area, you know what I mean, in California, as far as we know. And also, why would the Enclave have this unlimited power source, and why would they have Voltec be in charge of it?
Well, I think the lore thing was like Voltec was buying up technologies and hiding them, like the U.S. government does.
Yeah, that's true.
And like, I mean, I think it was just a narrative choice. I know people were really mad about like just like the lore change. Like, well, if you think about it, every time a player plays, the lore is going to fucking change. You all do your own. You all have your decisions, and it changes how the lore plays out. And to try and act like it's not that way is kind of disingenuous.
Yeah,
like who has not played New Vegas and done every fucking faction victory? You know what I mean? Like, it's part of the allure, if you ask me.
I feel like people are definitely going to shout at us over that. It's like, no, this is we're not what do you call that guy in shit, where it's like, well, the lore doesn't really matter. Remember that one? Remember that guy?
Yeah.
It's like, well, no, the lore does matter, most definitely, but I feel like you can play with Fallout. You can play a bit fast and loose most of the time, and I don't feel like any of the lore changes for the show were downright egregious. Would I prefer it if they had kept the way it was? Yeah, but look, you need to remember what we're dealing with. We're dealing with an Amazon TV show. Look at this in comparison to like Rings of Power. Now, I've never watched Rings of Power, and I refuse to watch it. I am not doing it. It's got panned enough, and I'm just not doing it. When was the last time you ever heard? Bar maybe. Okay, I will admit I actually did really enjoy the Resident Evil movies, but they're like cheesy, zombie movies. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely better ones. There's definitely worse ones and better ones when it comes to it. Just putting it out here, the first three I think are actually great movies. Not gonna lie, I actually love the first three Resident Evil movies.
Really?
Yeah, actually, you know what? They're fun zombie movies, and that's I'm not gonna they're not like great cinema by any means, but like they're fun, and that's all I can put on it. You know what I mean? Sometimes like if a movie's just fun, I'm happy with it.
That is true. Some of them are just kind of rompy, fun things. They're not like super important or not like, oh, this is gonna it's not gonna save the canon. It's just a fun little goofy movie. You can watch with friends.
That's kind of what I feel like the Resident Evil movies are, and that's probably the best play I ever got. Oh, is there any other ones? I heard a lot of people jacked it to The Last of Us, but I never watched that because, like,
honestly, that show fucking sucked dick. It was a lot of fucking pandering going on.
Was it? Yeah, I never watched it for that. So again, like, that's what we're dealing with. We need to, if you're going to grade it on a scale, as far as it goes, I think Fallout was great. I actually, that's all I can say.
It was actually highly entertaining. The characters are all flawed in their own kind of fun way. I hate the Brotherhood character because he's kind of a goofy retard, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. The other squire, what do you call him? Like, or something, was he?
I'll say I forgot his fucking name because I don't even care about him anymore. But some of the dialogue was a bit goofy and stupid. Like, hey, do you want to have sex? Like, you mean my giant pimple popping? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it's such a weird thing to say.
That's where Megan was saying, like, is the Brotherhood, is it men only then? And that's why I was kind of wondering. I was like, that doesn't really. No, there was definitely.
It popped like a big pimple and then my goo. Like, well, what? Like, it's such a weird scene. Like, out of nowhere, hey, do you want to
To be fair, though, there is some really weird dialogue in the Fallout games, though. You know what I mean? Like,
well, still, it felt really out of place.
It was. I'll agree with you. It was out of place.
Well, like, if you showed them being gassed, I'm like, okay, it's gas doing, I'm making them say goofy shit. But it was like so like out of nowhere, and they do keep up with the whole like experimental fucking vaults and all that, which is fine. I like Philly.
Why. Oh, Philly was fun. Yeah, and also
Philly was fun.
I liked the gore perk. That was pretty fun as well. Whenever me and Megan were watching that, we were like,
yeah.
And she was like, "What is this? This is Quentin Tarantino." So it's like, yeah, no. That's
if you pay attention, they have all the perks in there.
Do they?
Not all, but that's a wrong word. You can see perks in there. Like, you see them do like Wild Wasteland because like the Yagua adventure or fucking the ghoul out of nowhere or like the salamander finger creatures.
Oh, that's another thing they changed to all ghouls. They really changed ghouls an awful lot, so they did for this show.
Change what now?
The ghouls, like for instance, like the whole like.
The ghouls. Yeah. They changed a little bit of the ghouls there. I did notice that.
For the most part, I was okay with it, but I don't really feel like the idea of ghouls can just like tank damage. It's kind of like, okay.
What are you doing, Smooth? They did make the ghouls kind of pretty. Like, the ghouls are abhorrent little fuckers in the game, and they made ghouls a little more attractive. I
don't know if attractive, that's one way to put it.
Well, like, they're a little more smooth. They're not as ghoulish. Like, the noses were missing, that's fine. But, like, they weren't quite as ball sacky as they should have been. Like, basically, ghouls in the games are fucking ball sack with legs. That's all they are. And they kind of prettied up the ghouls, which is fine. They can't go full bore the makeup because then they'll fuck shit up, and I get that. But at least the ghouls were at least somewhat ghouly. They weren't as gravelly voiced. They had normal voices. Like in the games, like, what are you doing there, Smooth Skin?
Yeah, I think it's the one actor though, is it not, for like all the ghouls?
There's a female voice actor for ghouls, and I think 2 male ones. I think. I think.
I mean, like, honestly,
but I like that they included the fucking radio stations.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool. You know what? That's another thing I was talking to Megan about. I feel like for a lot of these shows, you're thinking like Easter eggs, but it didn't feel like Easter eggs. It just felt like that was just the way it was.
It felt like a new game, and B, you're watching a player do their vault run.
Yeah, it didn't feel like when you see like the bobblehead or whatever you call it. It didn't feel like I see that.
The vault boy.
Yeah, like sometimes you see stuff like that, and like, oh, look at this. Oh, like there definitely was moments like if you play the games you're familiar. Oh yeah, I got that. But it didn't feel forced. It felt very
natural.
Organic. I feel like that would be a good way to put it. And it was, it was just really nice. And you know what? Another thing is, I really want to bring up the brother Norman, wasn't he called?
Brother?
Yeah, the Ulysses brother. He stayed in the vault.
Oh yeah. Who has his own little character arc. He's a whole different kind of. He's kind of a coward. He's not a big brawny dude. He's basically he's like a little curious little guy,
And you know what? Normally in all these sort of shows, there's always like that one character where it's like, just please skip this. I didn't feel like that in any of the anytime we were swapping about.
That is true. All like you didn't mind seeing the arcs play out separately. Like it was just like basically it was one of those things where they go through an arc here and an arc there. It would kind of rotate arcs, and the arcs would slowly come together too. Like the arcs slowly forming the one arc.
It was kind of like, okay, so an example where it's okay, I think Game of Thrones was okay at that. I feel like there was a couple characters where you're like, please get these off the screen, just take you to the next character. There was a handful of them, and the worst example I can think of is play The Walking Dead, where it's like, oh my god, I only like two characters in this show.
Literally, who the fuck cares about this guy?
Yeah,
I want to watch Daryl kill zombies. Fuck, you know.
And they make Daryl so boring. Like, you know what? No, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to get into it. Like, I was talking about this on the Discord the other day for the Gumloot. How many TV shows have there been that have been like long running, not just like short TV shows, but how many like long running ones have there been where they've actually had decent endings? Game of Thrones turned into a disaster. And you know what?
So
I feel like
what's funny is
you go for it.
What's funny how all the good ones get canceled midway through. Like I watched one called the Santa Clarita Diet.
Oh yeah, that one was actually fun. Yeah,
that was a good fucking show. And every season was a fucking banger, and then it just ended. I was like, what? Like I was so mad too. I was like, man, this is a great fucking show. I want like 10 seasons of this shit.
It was fun.
Like, yeah, we're done. I was like, what?
Come on.
You're done. Yeah, we're done.
Or you know another one. Actually, I'm still disappointed about. Now this show, I think it was probably one of my favorite Netflix shows. Definitely was. Oh my god, what do you actually call it again? The one with the FBI. You're the investigators. Oh my god, hold on. Let me.
CSI?
No, FBI investigators and Netflix. Mindhunter.
Oh, I haven't watched Mindhunter.
Oh, you need to watch Mindhunter. Honestly, I loved it. Now, the only thing is, I really enjoyed Mindhunter. I loved the first season. I thought it was honestly perfect. But, now this is a big but, and this is specifically for me. Season 2 was definitely not as good as Season 1. However, Season 2 came out the same day that the first time my YouTube channel got demonetized. And I was so depressed. I was actually livid because I had been...
a little sad boy.
Yeah, well, you know what it was? It was like because I've been doing YouTube full time for the year, and it was near enough bang on a year, and I got demonetized. And see, if I got demonetized today, it wouldn't really faze me all that much because I know what I'm doing, you know. And I feel like I've been able to branch out into different business ventures to be successful enough that I honestly do YouTube. Like, for the most part, I'm retired from YouTube. You know what I mean? I mostly do YouTube for fun at this point. You know what I mean? Like, we only do like one video a week here, one video a week on Terminally Online, and we do one video on Gumloot. Like, that is the bare minimum. You know what I mean? And I was just really depressed.
Well, literally, it's because YouTube is just not even. It's barely even worth the time.
Well, I'm just shadow banned on everything. You know what I mean? It's one of those ones where.
But Neckbeardia, they don't shadow ban people. You're just being a fucking conspiracy theorist.
Okay, that's all I can say. It's like,
what's funny? I have guys who are sub to me, who are following me. They have the bell turned on, and they went, "Oh, you have a new series out? Like it's done. It's done. Like they found episode 1 of the second Emily Braun's book. And we're like, oh, cool. And like, no, we finished. No. Like, it's finished. They didn't get a single alert for like 16 episodes of a fucking book.
Look, honestly, see, when it comes to subscribing, it's a mere suggestion. Even when it comes to like the phone notification system,
you're basically better off joining Discord and getting the alerts off there by this point, dude. Like, it's not even a joke. It's like we're being for realsies right now.
like honestly, I'm. Don't get me wrong. I love what I've done with YouTube. It's definitely given me a lot of opportunities, and I would never speak too badly about YouTube because it has changed my life. But at the same time, I do feel very black-pilled on the whole YouTube situation, and I do not see myself. Well, I see myself doing it for fun indefinitely, you know. But if I got banned tomorrow, I'd be like, okay, well, I'll make a new account. But like, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? I'm not
gonna cry and piss yourself about it.
Well, I'm not chasing it no more. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, because more or less, it's at this point, YouTube is just a video hosting site that you can send your fans to via links.
Yeah. Like,
here's what's hosted. There you go. Have fun.
Well, that, and also, like, you know, the landscape has completely changed. Like, you know, before, like, you know, whenever I first started with YouTube, it was the only place for videos. Now, you know, you've got TikTok, you've got Instagram, even Facebook.
Well, the thing is, we do long form videos.
Yeah.
You can't use TikTok for long form.
No.
And I still believe that Elon's working on a goddamn video hosting website. It'd be dumb not to at this point.
It would be very interesting to see where video does go on Twitter. Twitter, I think, is very interesting. I feel like he's making a lot of right decisions. Now, what I like about Twitter the most is, because I do run a lot of Facebook ads, I kind of see it differently now. There's so much money, to be honest.
The boomer app. Yeah.
No, Facebook. Like, honest to God, you guys just need to learn how to use Facebook ads, because once you like put it like this, Sunday I spent £100 on ads, and on Sunday, like, I'm just gonna send it to you, Garwood. Wait till you see this shit. Now, of course, I can never tell anyone what it is I do, because I don't want to be left the fuck alone. I don't want, you know what I mean? I don't want to deal with any drama. It's actually really nice being like a faceless online entity. Yeah, you know, it really is though. Like, I'm it's the best thing. Like, I'm sick of dealing with like people garring at me online. You know what I mean? So like being like faceless has its perks. You know what I mean? But here, Gerb, look at that. So that's from 100 spent. Now that's a very good day for me, by the way. So don't be thinking like that's an everyday occurrence.
I got you. Yeah, I'm not that ignorant. Come on.
Yeah,
now. You know
but
me.
like, you know, look at that, $422. You know what I mean? Now that's in dollars, not pounds, and I'd spent £100. But you guys get the idea. You know, it's kind of ridiculous, and I would say to anyone,
Well, people forget you gotta spend money to make money. That's
yes,
all that
yes,
is.
you most definitely do. But Facebook has so much data on people, it is terrifying. It's very Fallout. Where are we going? We should probably go back to the show.
Yeah, we went on
Yeah, like, okay, back to the show.
about Helldivers 2.
Yeah, I know, guys. Sorry, it's one of those sort of videos this week. Honestly, I really enjoyed the Fallout TV show. I feel like it's the best we're going to get, and I
think they're going to have a good time doing New Vegas, because remember, well, spoiler alert, the series ends as they go through New Vegas. It really kind of tickled my pears about that particular ending scene, is that it scrolls through and you see where every ending that could be is in the streets of New Vegas.
Oh,
they have basically there's like Securitrons knocked over, there's NCR vertibirds, you can see a few leads and stuff here and there. So I'm curious if they're going to follow a particularly juicy ending arc on New Vegas, or try and do their own, because technically there were over like 6 endings to fucking New Vegas or some shit.
There was a lot of endings for New Vegas. I think it's one of the most. That is something. Now again, what do you think about them fucking up the timeline with the New Vegas? Because a lot of people think New Vegas doesn't exist. I think that's a mistake by the writers, personally. I don't think.
Well, it's one of those things where I fixed my timeline. Like, you know what? I should probably change that, because sometimes you make a thing. You're like, we know what, that doesn't work. Yeah. So you go in and you kind of just you don't meddle, but you kind of fix a few things that are inconsistent, and it's not odd to do. I think it's quite normal for a creator to do. Like Todd Howard's going, you know what? I don't like how I did this timing. I think it'd be better as this timing.
Yeah, let's move it back.
And sometimes, yeah, and like a new book, like me, I'm redoing my entire first book from top to bottom and fixing time errors.
Yeah,
because there were a few issues with the Fallout canon timeline. People were like, that's kind of fucking weird. And it allowed the production team, if not Todd Howard, to kind of fix those inconsistencies and kind of make things a bit more in line. And I know some folks are calling this as some people are kind of coping and saying it's an alternative universe Fallout, which is kind of dumb.
I don't think it is. There's some things differently. So for instance, like, you know, they added in the gulper or whatever you call it. But again,
the gulper.
Yeah, like, again, it looks different from the
fucking giant axolotl.
Yeah, but like, nah. You know what I thought? I was thinking in. No, never mind. Actually, never mind, because I would go on a huge tangent. No, don't start me. Don't start me. So what was bad then? What was bad about the show?
The ghouls were changed. Like, I don't like the whole attractive ghoul thing. There are a lot of currently ghoul shippers online going, man, why is the ghoul so hot? Like, he shouldn't be.
Well, you know what? I have heard a lot of people say that apparently a lot of girls are attracted to the cowboy.
They are.
That's more personality based, though. You know what I mean?
No, I am pretty sure they're ghoul gooning right now. They are girly ghoul. They are girly ghoul gooning on fucking cowboy, dude.
You know, the thing is, Megan did say she says your man isn't attractive whenever they do the flashback scenes at all. Like, she doesn't like find him attractive in the flashback scenes at all.
When he's a ghoul, I was like, ooh, he's so mysterious.
But again, I think that could be just like he's a completely different character, though. You know what I mean? Like, he's
And the thing is, they're all complex characters. Yeah. Like, he's not evil. It's just how he is.
He's surviving. He's surviving.
Yeah, exactly. He's not a bad guy. He's just doing what he has to do to survive.
Yeah.
And I actually really like that vibe. No one's bad. No one's good. They're just making do with what they got to do in order to not die in the wasteland.
I love the scene where they're trying to cross the bridge and they both put their hands up, you know, and then you're one of the scenes like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
Bro, just kill them. Yeah.
Yeah,
well, because the thing is, the Vault Dwellers are always a bit naive. The
Yes.
Vault Dwellers are known for being naive.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where like she wants to see the good people, and she's going to have that ripped away from her because she's going to realize that, man, people fucking suck. And I think towards I think towards the end of the season, she's like, man, this place just fucking sucks dick.
Yeah.
Well, then she learns about her dad and all that.
Well, you know who I feel so bad for? Your man from the Brotherhood. He got a horrible. Like, honestly, even when me and Megan were watching it, I just felt like, mate, just sit down in the vault. Please just stay there. Like, you have a nice life.
He goes, man, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Have you ever had oysters? They're great.
Well, hot shower? What's that? What does that mean? Like, oh my god,
yeah.
can you imagine? Like, honest to God. And you know what was really funny? Because it was very Fallout as well. Whenever she goes, you get executed by banishment, and here's 2 weeks of supplies or whatever. So yes, we'll carry it up. It was very Fallout though. You know what I mean? It was a bit silly. It was a bit over the top. But if that happened in game, would it be that?
Like, okay.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I liked about it. It felt like a lot of the characters and a lot of the story arcs just felt like, again, like what you said, they were just running through the game. And I think that's really the best you can get. What do you think now? Do you think we have any chance for the 40K TV show, like, at all?
So for what I'm hearing, it's not looking good.
Nah.
Basically, Amazon wanted female space marines.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we can't fucking do that. And like, well, okay, well, how about because they want a strong female character that's not wearing armor. That's what I gathered.
Yeah.
What I understand is happening here. And people are like, that's fucking stupid. And then Cavill's losing his fucking mind collectively.
Well, he fucked up. He shouldn't. He spilled the beans, pretty much. You know.
Yeah.
And he left them in a very weak negotiating position. You know. And honestly, like, you know, here, look at how well Fallout's done. Like, I went to go buy Megan Fallout. Now I use a Steam key site to buy my games anyway, because, like, you know what, even games, it's a $5 $5 and I was getting Megan Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition. It's £15 on Steam at the minute. How many people are paying that?
£15?
Yeah, so that's like $20.
So 15? Oh shit, that's cheap as hell.
It's, well, for Fallout 3.
Well,
it's
the thing is,
the game came out in like what, 2006,
well,
7?
Have you seen the spike in player base for them as well?
I haven't looked into that now, but I mean, like, I'm playing it again, so I am. So, like, you know, if that says anything, but I've played more than enough Fallout, so you know what I mean.
Well, the thing is, Fallout has always had an excellent replay value as well, because you have so many options to play with. They are, I mean, you're not locked into a particular run through or particular. You can go. I won't be a fucking great con today, because I always use a reference towards, because I played New Vegas fucking 17 times, just doing all.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Fallout. I think New Vegas is the one I've played the most of. You know,
because you go through, you can like help the kings, kill the kings. You can go and help out the cannibals, or, you know, there's always a different way to play the game. And Fallout has always been that one game you can always replay over and over and over again, and it'll always be different. There's always a mod you can put in, like, well.
The mods.
There are certain mods that are better than others.
you know, is there any decent, like, Fallout, like, tabletop RPGs? You know what I mean? Like, is there any done really
there
well?
is an RPG.
There is, I know. But
actually, I was playing I was playing Legion this last weekend, and a guy walked in with a Fallout board game, kind of like, and he goes, "Yeah, so they're going to do like a skirmish game here soon." And he had like Protectrons and skirmish for that. And I was like, because the models look pretty good, and then like a skirmish-esque game for Fallout, I would be inclined to play it.
Yeah, I think it's got potential. Like, you know, the thing is, I've yet to meet a single person who has played the Fallout games that doesn't love Fallout. You know what I mean? It's just, I feel like it's a very universally enjoyed franchise, because, like, it's definitely had its ups and downs. Don't get me wrong, you know what I mean?
All games do.
Yeah.
No one's perfect here.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really have, again, like, you know, apparently Fallout 77's decent now, but, like, I'm still not really interested in it.
It didn't really grip me. Again, a live service game that failed to be live service. Like, compared to Helldivers, it failed admirably.
Yeah, no,
say the least.
it was a disaster. It was probably one of the most comical like launches of any games ever made. You know?
Remember how there were no NPCs in the game?
Oh yeah, no NPCs.
It was only players. Yeah, what a fucking joke.
The plastic bag thing they were trying to sell. The
fucking
bottle.
the vinyl bags. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a disaster. And like, it's one of those ones. Even though I've heard from actually a good few people that say no, it's actually like very playable. You know what it feels like to me? It's like I started playing Cyberpunk. Like 6 months ago, and it's fine now. It's completely playable. Like no issue whatsoever. But again, like, you know, how long did it take them? Like 2 years to make the game actually playable. You know what I mean? It's like
it took a hot minute. Because
yeah,
they kept trying to do things. They couldn't agree with what they wanted to do. There's always all these problems.
Yeah.
But a lot of games, they think too big and too fast, and they don't properly develop their game.
Yeah, and
it's been a major issue for years now about people rushing these games, and people forget that games are a work of art. They take time. They take resources.
I love the idea of video games as art, but sadly, there's too many examples of them not being that at all. You know, I feel like the medium's really interesting, and I feel like definitely with video games, we've only like scratched the surface on what is possible within a video game, and I'm really excited for the future, but I'm not holding out much hope, guys.
Well, thing is, a lot of like, to an analogy, a lot of games turn into like the cruise ship vibe, where it's just a cash grab, and they're trying to keep out as much money as possible to increase profits. So pretty much like airliners. When airliners were basically very controlled price wise, you know, people, okay, the price is controlled, so we'll do all these amenities. We'll do really good food, or really good booze, or really good, you know, this and that and yeah. They try and be better than the competition to stand out. Well, nowadays, you know, they unregulated.
Do you want to pay a $5 to take a shit? You know,
well, basically, yeah. So basically, they unregulated airlines, and now airlines fucking suck absolute cock. Like, the food sucks. They're cramming in seats. There's no leg room.
I don't know. I'm putting in 9/11 didn't help matters. That's all I'm saying.
I love getting fondled by a giant black TSA agent.
Yeah.
But basically, like, it's one of those things where games became really easy to make. But instead of taking the time to make a game that's worth playing, they decided to just cram in the stuff they know players want to see, make promises, rush the game out, and do early access, and then more or less just drink in the money without doing any of the work. It's why a lot of games just fucking fail.
Do you remember when early access was actually like early access, where like it was very clear that this was a beta, and everyone knew that this was a beta, and like if you had crashes, that was fine. Like, you know, where they would put it out like maybe a couple weeks or whatever, and like, you know, maybe some people would get access to it. Like, it feels like such a different time period. You know what I mean?
Well, it felt, because it was all via what's the term, via you spin a wheel and you get chosen randomly. Was it?
I can't remember.
I can't think of the fucking word.
Randomly generated.
Well, my brain says roulette, but that's not right. Basically, like you'd be chosen at random. You chosen at random.
Yeah.
It was you get your number pulled. Oh, hey, this guy got an early access code. You couldn't just buy your way in. You'd apply and hope your name got pulled out of the hat. Well, now it's like you simply buy the full price of the game, which is already fucking weird. So you buy so you know, the game comes out. You buy your way into the fucking process of being early access, and then the game just fucking suffers. Or you had, like, basically, because like picture Starship Troopers, the game. It was early access, and things were very slow.
Yeah, I remember
coming out with it.
You got like sponsored for them, didn't you, or something?
I did a paid game, I think, and then I was like, you know what, the game could be better, yada yada. I was honest, didn't get paid.
Mate, see, this is a problem. This is a problem with paid sponsorships, and this is why I just don't really like doing them, because
they want you to suck their cock and tell them that their balls are made of chocolate and gold, and then they didn't get paid. But I'm not a shill. I'm not gonna like. I'm not gonna fucking.
I don't want to do an infomercial. I don't want to do. If I'm gonna do an infomercial, I'm gonna do it for myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my own shit. Yeah.
Like, that's really what. That's completely where my mindset came from with it all. Though I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing this. If I want to make money, I'm not gonna do the whole Raid Shadow Legend. I would rather do my own stuff.
You're basically being a sellout. You're selling out your soul for monetary gains, and it's just not the way I want to do. Like, a lot of YouTubers do it. They sell their soul, get their money, money, buy the Maserati, and they're happy. But I'm not happy being a sellout. I don't want to have to sell my soul to succeed.
I know.
I rather my opinion be so respected that I can say this thing is good. And people believe you. If you say everything is good, no one's going to believe that you think it's good. If you say if you're kind of like, well, this is great and that's not, then it actually matters. If you're constantly patting dicks and suckling on ball sacks, then no one's going to care if the thing is good or not.
Yeah, sadly.
And like me and you, we tried dabbling in that shit, and it was always the same song and dance. Like, please say your game is good. Sorry, your game sucks. Well, then fuck you, no money. It's like, okay.
It's not that it sucks, though. It's more just like, okay, well, this is good. I like this. Like, I give it a pros and the cons. Like, you can't just not say the pros and completely forget.
Well, the thing is, we said the pros and cons, and they still got mad at us. Remember?
Yeah. Like, look, honestly, look, I can't get too much into it. Like, back to Fallout, and then we'll wrap up. Favorite character? Do you have a favorite character for them at all?
Honestly, I like the fucking Ghoul the most. I mean, he's just a fucking cool goddamn character.
Well, of course, you're going to pick the cowboy. He was the most player character out of them all. Well, maybe Lissy would have been a player character as well.
Yeah, well, I think they all been player characters. That's kind of the funny thing about it. They all appear like player. One's like your neutral one. One's like your tech run. One's like your. I'm gonna be a bastard. You do your bastard run. Like, everyone has a bastard run where you kill everything. You like. There's the one scene where he kills the one guy's son. Again, spoilers. He kills the one guy's son. And gets a map, and like he's like the guy had a brother.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like try and get revenge, are you? And then he fucking plugs the kid.
Oh, mate, that reminds me actually. So Megan was playing Fallout, and the guy in the bar she asked them to blow up the bomb, and Megan was like, "Yeah, what do I do now? Like, do I blow?"
Like, in a megaton?
Yeah, she asked me, "It's like, do you do?" It's like, "Well, it's up to you. What do you want to do?"
I kill that town every fucking time. And then that one annoying fucking store clerk survives. Like, god damn it!
Oh, you're a bad man. You're a bad man.
Like the first time I set the bomb, like I want to kill this fucking the shop lady. Pisses me off. She's so annoying.
Which
this bomb's going off. And there's like that weird like fucking nerd chick, and then like you put the bomb off, and she gets ghoulified and stuff like you survived. I got so mad she's fucking survived.
No, well,
you son of a bitch.
What happened was she ended up Titan to the, what do you call him, is it Gene Simmons? I can't remember. The town sheriff from Megaton.
Yeah, town sheriff.
So
he's a black guy, isn't
he? Yeah. She went and told him, and then he went and started like shitting at him, and he ended up dying, and she was like, "Oh my god, he's dead." It's like, what do I do? It's like, well, if you really want, I could like revive him with like commands, like cheating him back to life. And she was like, "Nah,
bring him back."
Nah.
Sorry, bro.
It's like, well, if you really want me, I could do that for you, but like, just honestly, play whatever way you want to play. And she was like, all right, okay. So she like looted the body, and she was like, oh, I got his keys. So she went down to his house, and his son was there, and she was like, she was like, oh god. It was like,
he gotta kill his family. Oopsie poopsie.
It was one of those ones.
Stairs, no witnesses. Rax rifle. Wait.
Yeah, but no, it was funny to watch. It was funny to watch. Megan, the only other one Megan's played, she played Oblivion, so she did a good few years back.
Oh, Oblivion.
So she did,
nice.
She liked Oblivion. She really enjoyed Oblivion, so she did, but she hasn't played any other like best games. You know what I mean? She's not really one for like those sort of games, so you know what I mean. Like she played Oblivion,
I gotcha.
Like and she really enjoyed that, but like one of those ones sort of thing. But yeah, overall, really pleasantly surprised. If any of you guys have actually been watching, the
honestly,
show,
I had such little hope because like, oh, why is there a Cyclops overseer? And they explain it all, and they kind of got egg on their face with the whole because it's just a teaser of an actual overseer who's part of a mutation thing, and a lot of the tractors kind of ate crow when the show came out, which is honestly, it's not a good thing. I'm not gonna say it's a good thing, but it's one of those things where they
subverted the expectations.
Thank you. Yes, so they subverted. They kind of clowned on the detractors a bit, which is kind of funny, to be honest with you. They're like, actually, sweaty. It's this. Like, oh, you fuckers, you know.
Like, I didn't even watch the trailer for the show. I just saw some screenshots. I was like, nah, I don't really care.
Why is there a Cyclops? Oh, what the fuck? And I was kind of like, oh, they're gonna fuck it up, because I want the guys who kind of ate crow, like, oh, they're gonna fuck it up, make it gay, yada yada. And actually, it was a fucking splendid show.
Yeah, like across the board, like, as far as I can't think of an other. Now, was it perfect? No, very few things are.
There are like line issues. There are like actor issues.
There's some issues, but for the most part, was it enjoyable? If you enjoy Fallout, is it worth watching? I think it ticks all them boxes.
Did you laugh once? Did you go, oh, that's kind of cool? Or, hey, what a neat Easter egg that wasn't like, look, an Easter egg, retard, right in front of your face.
Yeah. Well, again, like, as we said with the Easter eggs, they never felt like Easter eggs. It just felt like that was just part of the world. You know what I mean?
It's just a thing there is, and you noticed it. Good job. High five.
Yeah, like, it didn't feel, there was never a time where it felt like, see? Well, you know what? The only one maybe would have been the water chip breaking.
Yeah, that was a bit obvious.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you played the first actual Fallout game, you would get that joke.
Yeah.
A lot of people I know that watched it, like last night I was with Rye and Zero, and they were in a chat listening, and they had never played a single Fallout game. I was explaining to them, this is what that means. Like, oh, I had no idea, because they never played a single Fallout game.
Well, that's what I was saying. That,
completely off its...
What? Well, I'm on recording. Fucking horses. We gotta fucking cut that pasture off, because it's getting a bit absurd now.
Well, how bad is it? How many times do you have to fix a fence on the daily now?
That is a thing I don't want to discuss.
How many fences have you fixed in the past, like, 2 months?
Because we don't have enough time to describe on a fence fix I've had to do.
Yeah, but no, I'll cut all that stuff so well. Overall,
sorry.
great. I couldn't really, honestly, like, has issues.
Actually, hold on, Jamie. You've played New Vegas, right? So what'd you think of the Fallout show? Like, what did you think of it? Being so what did you enjoy about it? Mrs. Garbro.
Yeah.
So come here. So what did you like about it? Like what things did you like? What things did you not like? What felt odd? What didn't feel odd?
Well, I played New Vegas and I played the one before it.
Okay, yeah.
I liked that the storyline pretty much followed the game a lot.
How do you figure?
Like lore, the different
So to you, the
experiments.
lore. Yeah, well, so for you, the lore felt okay, not perfect, but it felt like okay.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I had never played the beginning ones, so there was some I missed, but.
How did the characters seem like, because you watched the Lord of the Rings show with me, and we both kind of panned the fuck out.
Yeah, I did not like that one.
And what are some series that you watched, like, you're just kind of like, this fucking sucks? Lord of the Rings. What other ones? There's some actually you said, we're not watching this, and turned it off in front of me. A few of those. She's like, no, we're not watching this shit.
I can't think of it.
Oh god.
I've just avoided a lot of the shows that are just terrible, though. Let's be serious. Like
she turned me on to the Santa Clarita Diet.
Yeah, Megan did that as well. Yeah.
She was livid when that got canceled.
Yeah, they left it on this huge cliffhanger, and they just nope.
Yeah, what were they doing?
So real quick, what were your favorite points in the Fallout? One that you're like, that's my favorite. My favorite big question.
That is a big
question. I am underprepared, Garbu. Why do you do this to me?
I felt like you're going up top and actually encountering people that lived up top was very organic. Because, her what the fuck was very correct, in my opinion.
For, seeing the wasteland for the first time?
Yeah, and the fact that there were still people up there thriving, so to speak.
Well,
minus schools.
Well, because they're there to save America. America was already got saved once.
Yeah.
Who's your least favorite character, and why?
I'd say for me, it would probably be
her dad, of course.
Oh, her dad.
Oh, yeah, that's a good choice, yeah.
So, why didn't you like him? Because he's a corporate shill or what?
Yeah, that and the one overseer, the black lady.
Betty.
Yeah, I didn't like her.
Because they felt evil or what?
Self-serving.
Do you think they got the right vibe of Fallout? Like the overall vibe? Do you think they got it right, or is it kind of like in the middle? Did they nail it? Did they kind of get along the surface? Did they graze it?
I think they were pretty close.
How do you think it could have been better?
Like in the games, you encounter a lot more monsters and stuff.
Yeah, it was kind of weird how
I feel like she didn't have a lot of. She seemed like it was a pretty easy route.
So to you, it feels like it was set on easy mode, where she's kind of going along. There's a single Yagwai that attacks the Mother of Steel, but there's no because you got hounded by 14 Deathstalkers when you first logged into the game once. And you're like, what the fuck? And I had to go down and rescue her.
Yeah,
they're everywhere. What do you mean? And she unpauses the game, and she's being gang stalked by 14 fucking what they call death.
Yeah, but that's what happens.
Death claws,
that's if you.
Mind you, I am not good at video games.
Yeah, but it's weird because she came in and she was getting absolutely fucking just railed by these fucking death claws. What'd you do? She's like, I don't know. I logged in.
But I kind of feel like if they did put that many encounters along the way, it wouldn't have moved along like it did, or like they needed it to for a show.
Who's your favorite?
I like the kid that wound up being the knight.
Oh, really? See, I fucking hate that character. He's kind of a dipshit.
Yeah, he is a dipshit. But, I mean, it seems organic because he was very, like, isolated and didn't know what the hell he was doing, so he was just fumbling his ass along.
So, what'd you think about the dialogue about the giant pimple popping? Like, do you like during the that one bolt? Like, do you want to have sex? Like, I mean, like the giant like the pimple?
Oh, that. I thought it was pretty fucking funny.
Oh, it was cringe. Come on.
It was cringy, but it was funny.
It was funny cringe. See, I fucking hated that entire dialogue sequence. It felt so weird and forced.
I mean, it was cringy, but at the same time, if you're dealing with somebody who has no experience, has learned nothing except for the fact that it's bad.
But why do you call it a pimple? It's so... Dicks are not pimples.
So it was like popping a pimple.
It was weird and gay. Keep your weird pimple dick to yourself. All right. Anything else you want to come up with? Anything you want to add to your opinion?
Looking forward to the next season.
Okay. Which is, you can't say anything, like, a lot of series you would agree that you don't really look forward to, like, oh, okay, I guess I'll watch it, kind of. Like,
yeah, like this one I actually looked forward to coming out. I mean, a lot of things I wind up watching just because it's like, okay, well, it's here. And I wind up liking it, but that doesn't mean that, like, I was excited to see it.
Like a Dead Boy Detective?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a lot of shows, it's just like, you know, it's here. I'm in a giant show hole. I guess I'll watch it, but you don't like feel grabbed by it. Would you say the Fallout show grabbed you as a show? Like you want to see what happens next, or no?
Fairly
Nice. And you're like the the female demographic,
I guess.
What do you think of all the shipping, like all like the ghoul shipping? The people there are people lusting after the male ghoul, the cowboy ghoul.
I like his character. I mean, but I like that actor in general.
Mm.
See, I would have preferred if they used Billy Bob Thornton for that character.
Billy Bob Thornton?
Yeah, well, he gives me that vibe.
Wow.
Well, the guy they chose does Unhinged very well, I think.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
He usually plays completely unhinged psychotic characters, and he does like that vibe well.
He was a laugher in.
Yeah, he's a laugher. Yeah. And what I think was kind of cool is how, well, not cool, but like I liked how they didn't like make it very pandering. Like he has like, okay, this guy's a white dude, has a black wife and a half black kid. It's not like a theme. It's like, yeah, it exists. They don't like hound on it. They don't point it out. They're like, look, guys, he has a black wife. It's like they introduce it. Here they are, and then they move right along. It's not like a huge thing. Like
I feel like that's very Fallout, though. You know what I mean? Because like Fallout, they don't really resolutions isn't really a thing.
I'm interested in is seeing how they progress with him being a protagonist.
Well, what was that scene? Oh, the squire. Yeah. He got ghoulified by the doctor that fucks chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see how that.
I'm sorry, just he was fucking my chickens. He's like, oh, that was a funny scene.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
I want to save this random citizen as like the creepy doctor who fucks chickens. I'm the bad guy. Shit, that was pretty good. I actually had a pretty solid chuckle over that shit.
Yeah.
I was sorry, just he was fucking my chickens. And it's the way he said it, he's like, oh no. Like his face changes. Yeah.
Oh no.
That was pretty funny. But like, it's one of those things where it shows. You know, I don't want to harp out race, but it's a big thing in nearly every new show, and people are like, "Oh, it's gonna be a woke thing," and all that yada yada. But like, they actually show that race don't matter at all. Like, Nimona, where it just like no one cares. It's
they're gay, and
it's a small part of the character, but it's not the entire character.
Yeah,
and it requires them not microscoping on that aspect. Like, no one cares that the dude's black. He's just kind of a moron. That's all they really care about. No one cares about the fact that the cowboy had a black wife. It's just one of those things where it's a thing, look at it, and then you move on, and it's not dwelled upon. It's not a huge plot point. Like, oh god, my black wife. It's just like, yeah, that's his wife. Anyway, moving on.
Like, you know, well, the only one I would add would be like if you look at the non-binary character, let's say from the Brotherhood. You know, what's the first thing they do? Self-harm.
Yeah, that was a bit on the nose, and like people noticed, and I was like, so you made the obviously non-binary person self-harm? What the fuck? Like, that's not the best optics for the show. And
I thought it was funny.
So me and her are watching it, I'm having to bite my tongue because like I noticed it immediately. I was like, fucking really? You know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, don't worry, I hurt myself. And I was like, don't make that her plot device. Fuck, man. Like, that felt like just absolute dumb choice to do.
Yeah.
In terms of like her character arc is the self-harming non-binary character. Like, that's not a great vibe to have.
Well, was that on purpose though?
Huh?
There were no women.
Yeah, that's one thing Megan said about that.
Well, see, like, remember in the game there was all those female paladins.
Yeah, but I mean, they were obviously a guy.
Are you sure? Are you sure it was a guy?
They were growing a beard.
I couldn't really tell.
They had a distinct 5 o'clock shot.
I wasn't sure if it was that or if they're just like, because a lot of Spaniards have like heavy facial hair. I wasn't sure like if there was like if it's a part of her genealogy, or it's like I could not tell what it was, because a lot of like ancient Spanish paintings have like mustaches and unibrows. So I was like, she's clearly Spanish. Like that's all I can really pull out of it. But the internet ran rabid with that fucking shit. Unfortunately,
one of the things I really was like the ghouls that were going feral, how they were like really trying to hang on to their humanity.
So I was telling James earlier how they kind of prettified the ghouls, but they kind of show like the desperation of not going feral.
Yeah, like I said, the fact that they were like trying desperately to keep.
Like it actually felt kind of sad and real. Like they're trying to like hang on, and like the mercy kill was a big development for that ghoul character, because this guy's an asshole and he saves a dog. Like, okay, that's nice, and he kills the ghoul off where he goes feral because you're out of medicine. But like this weird MacGuffin medicine that was not present in the games.
Yeah, it was.
It's like the little amber vials, and it's kind of a new plot twist on ghouls. Like, hey, if you take this, you won't go feral, because usually it was they all eventually go feral. It's just only a matter of time and when. Yeah. But here they have this special limited edition vial that is not. I assume it's not made anymore. And if you take that, well, it prolongs your ferality, and when you run out, you just fucking go feral. And I remember, what was that one on the fridge? The lady who kept repeating her name?
Martha.
Yeah, Martha. That felt sad. I was like, oh.
That was really depressing. Like,
oh, Martha, no.
Yeah, it was actually pretty depressing.
Martha.
Yeah, no, they did a really good job of that.
Yeah, like that shows some creative writing where they're like, okay, we want to show how being a ghoul is not all that great. You regenerate pretty fast and you're able to tank damage, because you watch the cowboy ghoul just tank shots during that scene in Philly. And then it shows Martha like, my name is Martha. My name is, because they kind of forget themselves, don't they, in a way?
Yeah, and like the guy they met.
Yeah, and then you have the guy who's the doctor who makes people ghouls.
Yeah.
make you regrow your leg. Fuck you, Dr. Man. Oh, James, what do you think of that scene where it shows like the what's it called, like Larry's limbs or some shit, where they plug on that fucking meat grinder on his leg?
Oh, that was brutal. So it was, yeah. Me and Megan were shaking at the screen over that.
And so hard. They said it was like veteran surplus. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, the scene where he goes, "Don't worry, you're gonna make it." No, I'm not. Why not? Because I took a fucking cyanide pill.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Because they do subvert in a very creative way, because they go, okay, here's this really cool doctor. By the way, he's dead. Fuck you. It's like, what? Because he has the dog, and the dog's a character, and you watch the doctor. I want to save the wasteland, tip it to the lady, and it's like, yeah, I want to die. Just chop my head off, bro.
I think
I also kind of like dig just the absolute resignation on her face. I was like, well, I guess I'm cutting off the set.
I like her catchphrase, like okie dokie.
Yeah, it was good. No. So it is. But
okie dokie.
We're coming up to an hour and a half, so we are now. So I think we'll wrap up then, aye?
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap up here. That sounds good.
Yeah. Is there anything else worth throwing on this? Oh, by the way, we still don't have. I've been gurning to Jeff from Giant Slayer about getting us a pre-launch page for
his name, Jeff.
Yeah, for the Deck of Triggers, and he still hasn't done it. And he told me he would get it for me maybe Monday or Tuesday, and today's Monday. But hopefully
do your job, get paid money. Shut the fuck up.
I know. You know what? Me and Greg were talking about this.
You know what? I am sorry that I kind of jumped into a call screaming it for your kid. I was like, wait, your son's there? Yeah. Oh no. He's like, noisy man.
Look, it's one of those ones. So they're just fucking like, look.
What is OSR, dude? We should do a whole video on that shit. Just fucking scream some more.
Yeah. Well, we did record one. I ended up just scrapping that video in the end. The one we did a couple of weeks back.
Let's do it again.
It's one of those ones. I don't see. The problem is, I don't want to get. I feel like Dr. Manhattan. I don't want to get wrapped up in their lives. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like when it comes to.
Great quote, by the way. Yeah. Your petty mortal lives.
Yeah, that's what I actually feel like when I see OSR arguments on Twitter.
You guys aren't playing pretend correctly. Oh, shut the fuck up.
I just don't care, and I am not getting involved with these guys because I have seen them argue about the most pedantic
petty
shit.
Squabbling.
Yes, that's exactly what it is, and I just don't care.
That's not a real Barstein. What the fuck? Don't even know what that even is.
Well, I actually kind of do, because I watched the Secrets of Blackmore movie, or the documentary, and it is actually very interesting, I will say. But I'm not going to get wrapped up in the minutia that heavily of it all. You know what I mean? It's just
the little fucking petty squabbling bullshit.
I'm sorry, I'm not that much of a nerd. I like, you know, like, I know we talk about role-playing games online. I know that's like a big thing in what we do here and all that.
We do not care that much. But like, you guys care a lot more than us.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. I'm on board with that level of you know what I mean? I play my games, I'm happy, I enjoy it. I get to write RPG books, I get to do this sort of stuff, and I get a lot of fulfillment out of it. But I am not wasting my life arguing over minutia on Twitter with people that just do not care. You know what I mean? Because fuck. Maybe someday we'll cross that bridge and we can make a big video gardening about. Then again, are we just as bad as them though for gardening about gardening? I feel like sometimes I regret shitting on the 5e players this much to a certain extent now, because I feel like I get it now. It's like, wait, are we just like these OSR guys now? Like, is that what we've become? Oh my god! Like, 5e's perfect the way it is. It's a let all them people that are really interested in 5e, they can play 5e, and I get left alone. That's great. I'm happy with that. And you know what? The guys that are really into fucking OSR stuff, well, you know what? I enjoy Morkborg, and I like a couple other OSR systems, but like, I'm not going to get too wound up about the fact. You know what I mean? I'm just not. And these guys just. You know what? It's
just they just lose their mind, dude.
Well, you know what part of it is? So we're doing something that's very ambitious. We should be having near 20 writers. You know what I mean? For all this involved, and that is just gigantic to have this many people involved in the one project. Like, this just does not happen unless it's like a Wizards of the Coast, but like standard campaign book, and they've got like 50 million people to write a paragraph each. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, you know, this is more like a very indie cross promotion project. You know what I mean? And like. I feel like I'm going to be able to get to the finish line even if everyone cannot stay in the same chat together all the time. You know what I mean? It's like, how bad's that? Where we're at a point where there's just a lot of the different people in the chat hate each other that much because they've argued with each other so much. They just
online. Can't be fucking adults and understand, hey, we're here to make money. No, she fucking Harmony. She does gaming wrong. She's what's it called, a fault. A grown man called someone else a false prophet over OSR. Fuck off.
I feel like, no, they were saying that about Jeff Lou, though, I feel like, you know what I mean? But it's such a, I feel so defeated by it all. You know what I mean? As I say, I'm just going to go back to that quote, I'm tired of your petty squabbles. You know what I mean? I really am. That's what I feel about the whole situation. You know what I felt like? You know what? I was talking to Lord Matthews about this a while back, and, you know, I feel like Drive 3 has too much power. I feel like it is a monopoly, and I really do feel bad for a lot of the other, like, you know, because if you get banned from there, that's you done for. But, like, see the amount of people that just are so unwilling to work together over anything. It's like, well, no wonder you're never going to get a competitor.
Well, they just fucking love eating each other alive.
Yeah. Like, you know what? This video is not about that. We're just going to wrap up. The deck of triggers is almost going to be ready. We'll see what happens with it.
We're never going to wrap up.
Yeah,
no one's wrapping up.
That's what we always do.
You're here forever.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, look, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. There's probably going to be something I'm forgetting about. Links down below as always. Check out Garby. Garby, do you have anything to show?
Working on the kids' book. That's almost done. Adding stuff to the actual game book. More art's being done. We're getting... I'm going to pay one of the artists to do comics. So you're going to have Illustrator comics coming out.
Oh, okay. Everyone wants to do comics these days. Have you noticed that? I know a few people...
comics is how... Well, it's how you drag in eyeballs. People are basically fucking Zoomers, like fucking car keys. Jingle, jingle. Near the Lord. Okay. Jingle, jingle. The car keys. Jingle, jingle. It's literally the meme, dude. Of fucking half people on this fucking planet.
Right. Okay. Anyway, look. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let us know your thoughts about Helldivers. Let us know your thoughts about Fallout. And also, you know what? Another show to check out, guys. Baby Reindeer. I'm not going to explain what it's about, but oh my god, is one of the most disturbing shows I've watched.
Baby Reindeer.
Yes. Garbu, go watch it.
Okay, I've seen the ads for it.
Go watch it. Trust me, go watch it. It only gets more and more fucked up the more you watch. And Oh, it's a great show. Great show. That's all I can tell you. You
James smiles. It only gets worse.
No,
Okay, James,
it only does get worse. I'm telling you, every episode you just start screaming at the screen more. Like
all nightmares.
No, yeah, you go watch it. Go watch it with Mrs. Garbeardia. Trust me, just do it. You know what I mean? You'll enjoy it. Go do it now. Actually, go fix your fence. Yeah. Go fix your fence and then go do that. Okay? Trust me, you won't regret it. You won't.
And then Garbro immediately regretted it.
Yeah, you will. You'll find out. Anyway, look, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let us know what you think down below. Tell us why we're retards. Actually, the Fallout show is the worst thing that has ever happened. And how Sony's probably going to shaft us. And I will agree with that. Sony will probably shaft us. I'm not.
It's only a matter of time till the Dark One rises.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let us know what you think. And we'll see you next time.
Why are your videos so long?
Goodbye.